to Not Another Lie with Pastor Minor today. Well, we're back at it again. Today we're going to be looking at this particular lie, that I can never be deceived. I can never be deceived. Well, that's deception in itself now, isn't it? Because we are all susceptible to deception. What I want you to understand today, what I want to talk about today, is that when you are deceived, you don't recognize that you are deceived. When you are deceived, it is cloaked in something else. It is covered up in something that's beautiful, maybe something that's alluring, maybe something that's attractive, maybe something that sounds good. Maybe it's cloaked in something that's appetizing, but it's cloaked in some shape, form, or fashion. And today it is so critical that we understand about being deceived, because every side we look on, from the TV, from the internet, to our next door neighbor, there is some type of deception coming our way. And I don't get it twisted now, deception costs. It costs. When we are deceived, it costs. What will deception cost you if you don't recognize it? What will deception cost your family if you don't recognize it? What will it cost your kids if you don't recognize it? What will it cost your family if you don't recognize it? What will it cost your finances if you don't recognize it? Will it cost you your life if you don't recognize it? Will it cost you everything that's really dear to you if you don't recognize it? Well, say not another lie. Well, before I get too down deep off into that today, we're going to get ready and have our guest today join us, King Solomon. So let's take a look.
Yeah, it's just amazing what you did for me, Lord. Yeah, a sinner like me. Yeah, Christ our music, huh? After all I took me through, Lord. Yeah, you still die for me? Somehow your grace, I'll never understand you. Let's go. Let's go. How you overlook my sin, I can't comprehend. How you chose to give your life for such a wretched man. I'm so dirty, I'm unholy, I got nasty hands. Corruption in my heart and all of my lustful sins. I never wanted to have love, I just wanted some sex. I never cared about this life, I just wanted the best. Just all the money, all the gold I could wear on my chest. But still you lay there on the ground while they beat you to death. And for my sickness and my health, they ripped out your flesh. And all that blood that you shed was for all of my mess. And all the screams that you made was for all of my tears. That long walk to the cross was for all of my peers. And when they nailed you to the cross was for all of my fears. And when they pierced you in your side with that long spear, was your running water for the world to draw near. Your holiness, your sacrifice was made so clear. This emptiness in all my ways I can't ever change. Without your purified blood running through my veins. Without your Holy Spirit guiding, I can't switch lanes. If you're not the pilot, Lord, then I don't fly the plane. I'm on a mission and my journey is to find you. Quit living in a lie, only you define truth. This emptiness that broke me down and I got bloody knees. And all I see is the cross and your bloody feet. Yeah, take me as I am. You see, I surrender to you, Jesus. You can have all of me, not just a part of me. Have your way with me, Lord. Me, Lord. Me, Lord. See, you can have all of me. I give you all of me. Yeah, I surrender to you, Lord. Hey, do what you will, Lord. You can have all of me, not just a part of me. Have your way with me, Lord. Me, Lord. Me, Lord. My days made evil by my anxious thoughts. And do I glorify the world by the things it's bought? And do I truly understand how much your life costs? And do they truly think they living life and not lost? And all that blood that you shed on the sinner's cross, to you I give my life, surrendering to what I'm taught. And persecution I will bear just to see the cross. And persecution I will bear just to see the cross. Let's go. You can have all of me, give you all of me. Christ-side music. Surrender album coming soon. See, not another lie. So I surrender to you, Jesus, cause I'm tired of the lies. Let's go. You can have all of me, I give you all of me, yeah. I surrender to you, Lord, you, Lord, you, Lord. And you can have all of me, not just a part of me. Have your way with me, Lord, me, Lord, me, Lord. Yeah, Christ-side music.
Well, we are back. Preferably you enjoyed that today. Again, we are dealing with the lie that I can never be deceived. Well, that's deception within itself now, isn't it? Well, today I really want to look at deception in a deeper light, because me, myself, I find myself in places where people and situations and circumstances are trying to deceive me out of the very truth that I'm already in. See, deception, it comes in ways to make you think you need something that you don't need. Yeah, it comes in ways to make you go after something in another way that you don't even need to go after. It makes you long for something that you need that you really don't even need. It makes you have a desire for something that is not even necessary. But not only is it not necessary, it will lead you to a demise or a wrong end. It makes you see things in a wrong way. It makes your perception off because of your being deceived. It says to you that you don't have to have something that you have to have. And then it turns around and says to you that you have to have something that you don't need. It's a trip. It tells you to stop when you ought to go. And it tells you to go when you ought to stop. Wow. It leads you astray. Deception. Well, I can never be deceived. Well, I want to tell you this little story today before I really get off into more of this. There was a beautiful young lady, almost an adult. She has everything. What do I mean? She's in a home with parents who love her, her father and her mother. They're not struggling financially, they are fine. She has a car, she's going to a great school, promising to go to college. Her path looks very, very good. But in her house, there are some rules and regulations that she must follow. She has a curfew. She meets a young man who, to her, seems to be, good. He seems to be like somebody that she would like to spend time with and date. Her parents meet the young man, and they have neon flashing lights, red lights just go off and say, baby, this is not the young man for you. But the girl, she's cloaked in what she thinks she sees in the young man, and so she's deceived, and now she begins to have a different perspective about her parents, that they're too strict, that they don't know anything, and that I don't have to deal with this, and this is my life, and I'm almost grown. And so now this humble young lady with this great future all of a sudden has been deceived, not even knowing, because what did I tell you? Deception doesn't even let you know that you're deceived. So she's walking in deception, not knowing she's deceived, longing for something that she doesn't need, trying to go after something that she doesn't need, and yet deception says you long for it, you need it, and it's good for you. And so what she does, she violates the laws and rules that protect her. I said she was safe. Didn't I need you to keep that in mind? She was safe. But she decides to run off. She decides to get in her car, grab this young man, and go somewhere else, with his prompting, of course, because he loves her so very much. And she believes it. She's gullible. She's seeking something. And what happens? Well, say, nah, Another lie. No, I know you was ready for the rest of it, wouldn't you? But I'll be back. We're gonna get ready right now to go to On Location, and check this out. You gonna like it? I'll be right back. Here I am again on location with Pastor Minor, and we have Charles, who have decided to brave the camera with me today. So Charles, I'm going to ask you my famous question: how have lies and deception affected your life?
Well, I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't have to go through it, but I went through it anyway. So it's taught me to be more better of a man for myself. And like when I step out on the street or something like that, it's teaching me to have a better reflection on people, and I want people to have a better reflection of me when they see me.
Okay. So now, personally, you said it caused you to be where you are today. In what way? I mean, what way that either you lied to yourself, lying to other people, doing stuff? How did it cause you to?
It caused me to stop the lies.
Okay, it caused you to stop the lies.
When I heard somebody else lying, you know, it's like I don't have to go through that.
Okay.
I just be myself. So when people see me, they know who I am. They know I'm not a liar, cheater, but still, you know.
Okay. All right. So other people's behavior, which you have seen in their lives, where they're lying, they're cheating, they're stealing, and you see the consequences, and maybe some of those consequences have affected your life. You decide, hey, I don't want that kind of consequences in my life no more, right? So I'm gonna straighten up, and I'm gonna make sure I can go on the straight and narrow. So when you see me, you see the real deal. I'm not lying, I'm not cheating, I'm not doing the do no more. So I can have a different kind of life. That's what you're saying, right? And is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm live in the flesh.
Live in the flesh. That's what Charles saying. So thank you, Charles. I want you to look at that camera with me and say, not another lie.
Not another lie.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Well, welcome back to Not Another Lie. Preferably you enjoyed On Location today. Well, let me get back to the story I was telling about this beautiful young lady. And so she leaves with a young man, right? And when she gets to this other place, he's also in cahoots with other people. They have already, they already planned how to lure and deceive young women away from safety, away from relatives, away from their environment, and away from help, so that they can get them on purpose addicted to substances. Use them for sex trafficking, prostitution, and for their own personal gratification. It was all a setup from the beginning. So he came in with pretense. See, his intent was never to really care about her. See, that's deception. That's what I want to talk about. See, because deception, it is treachery. It is pure evil. When you are deceived, it causes you to believe something that never was true. It implies truth, but is not truth. But deception always comes with the end result being your destruction, your demise, your hurt, your misfortune, your loss, your pain. And most of the time, when you are deceived, sometimes it's things you cannot recover. See, this young lady, once she got out there, she couldn't recover her virginity. It took her a long time to recover back just the feeling of being safe. Trust. She was very trustworthy. After she had been deceived in such a manner, how long do you think it took her to regain her trust? What about love? Is she ever really willing to love somebody again? So freely? So innocently? See, everything that was right, she walked away from. See, I told you when I got started that it'll make you search after something and long for something that you think you don't have. It'll make you go to something that you don't need to go to. It'll tell you to go when you need to stop, and it'll tell you to stop when you need to go. See, deception is to ensnare you. It is to betray you. It is to beguile you. It is to hoodwink you. It is to bamboozle you. It is to double cross you. Deception is treachery. Yeah. Deception is treachery. See, many of you right now, you're on one end of the spectrum of the other. Well, some of you, you are the deceiver. You are implying something that is not true. You are implicating something that is not right. You are perpetrating something on false pretenses. And then others of you are the ones that's on the other end of that. You're the one that's being deceived. You're the one that they're working the plot and the plan out on. But let me be clear to you. All of us, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you are, there is a plot and a plan by a demonic realm to deceive us in such a way we cannot fully comprehend, perceive, or understand. There is a plot. See, the young lady didn't understand before she ever met the guy that it was already a plot. Yeah. See, what you and I don't seem to recognize is that there is a plot. And it's already in the works. And it's trying to find ways to lure you into its ultimate demise. Well, what do I mean? Let me tell you another story before I get down to this. In the Bible, there is a Garden of Eden. It's a beautiful place. It has everything you could ever want, never need. It's all sufficiency. Everything you can dream of, hope for, imagine about. It is the most beautiful place in the entire earth. It has all resources. And God himself walks in it. And there were two people there named Adam and Eve. And they had everything they could ever possibly want, hope for, dream, and or imagine. And here comes deception. Remember, deception beguiles you to think you don't have something that you already have. He said to her, see you here, but you want more. You want to be as God. You want to know good from evil. See, what it is, he told her, you don't really know everything. There is more. And the lie is that there was no more, y'all. She needed to know everything she knew. And nothing more and nothing less. See, God never intended for her to know hurt, pain, unforgiveness, hatred, violence, incest, pornography, child abuse, murder, unfaithfulness, not enough, to struggle, to be hungry, to have no place to live, to have no freedom, to be enslaved, to be in bondage, to say you're not worthy, as a woman that you're devalued, that you're not as valuable as another person. See, y'all, that was never the intent. But the enemy came in slithering with deception, cloaked it in something that was alluring, and said, you'll be like God. See, many people today are trying to be like a God. You'll never be like God. There is only one God. And so she fell for the very same trick. She was bamboozled, she was hoodwinked, she was deceived, and she was ensnared to death. Because God had told her that if you eat of this fruit, you shall surely die. Not you might die, but you shall surely die. See, there's some things that's coming at you right now. There's some choices that you have to make right now. There's some decisions. There's some things that's luring, trying to lure you away from your wife, trying to lure you away from your husband, trying to lure you away from your family, trying to lure you away from your mother and father, trying to get you to leave the job that you dreamed of, and that it really is a blessing, but now something's trying to trick you into thinking that it's a curse and not a blessing, because something is trying to steal from you, something is trying to take from you, something is trying to hurt you, something is trying to take the blessings that you even have right now. Some young person, you think, well, my situation is really bad, when you have it made in the shade and don't even realize it, because the enemy is trying to tell you there's something else over there. You better watch it. You better watch it. You better watch it. Come on, say not another lie. You better watch it, because deception is lurking and is looking for you. The Bible says that he is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. That's deception, y'all. Deception is seeking to devour you. Oh, we are all susceptible to it. I don't get it twisted. We are all. The lie is that you'll never be deceived. Oh no, we're all susceptible to deception. All of us. That's why we must ask for discernment. We must look, and we must not be so gullible. It's misleading. It'll lead you to error. It'll lead you to danger. It'll deliberately misrepresent something. It'll present it as a truth, and yet it is a lie. I tell you, it is pure evil and treachery. Deception is beyond what you really think about it, because people think deception is a little thing, but deception will send you to a burning hell that you'll never ever get out of it, because sometimes people are deceived in simple things as to the fact that there is no God. There is no God. Or you can be deceived that there is more than one way to heaven. No, you're deceived that you are God. Or maybe you deceived that there is no literal, real hell or heaven. Or maybe you're deceived to thinking that if there is a real God, he wouldn't let you go to a hell. But let me set the record straight. If anybody goes to hell, it's because they choose to go there. Because the truth is that God has given us a way to escape. But deception says that that is not the truth. So it keeps you deceived, and you find yourself in a place that you can never get out of. Yeah, it's treachery. It presents itself as light when it's really darkness. The Bible says that the devil comes as an angel of light. He perpetrates himself as something glorious, something magnificent, something alluring. He disguises himself. He cloaks himself. Oh yeah, he's good at that. He's good at cloaking himself. He twists the truth. He cloaks a lie with some type of truth. Yeah, he's good at it. See, so you got to tell him, not another lie. I will not be deceived. That's the premise of the whole show. Not another lie, because of deception. He tries to make you think something in a way that is not true. But the thing about it, it seems like it is true. Let's go back to the young woman who had everything. She had a house. She was safe. She wasn't getting molested. She wasn't getting hurt. She wasn't hungry. She had a roof over her head. She had nice clothes on her back. She had an automobile to drive. She had parents who adored her and loved her and wanted to take care of her, send her to college, and make sure that she was blessed in any way possible. And deception came in and said that those people who loved her were the enemies. See, that's the treachery of deception, because deception will make you think the people who love you don't really love you enough. The people who love you don't really understand you. The people who love you, they don't have the right attitude, because they coming against what you want, and they tell you, baby, son, daughter, husband, wife, sister, brother, mother, uncle, niece, nephew, what you want is going to hurt you. What you want is not good for you. These people is not good for you. Stop talking to that man. He's trying to lure you away from your husband. Stop talking to that woman. She's trying to lure you away from your wife. Stop talking to this. Stop doing that. Don't go over there. It's not safe. Baby, those people, they're constantly drinking. You just start drinking a little bit. It's not good for you. Oh, I can handle my drink. Okay, now you're an alcoholic. See, people who truly love you are the ones that try to keep you from the deception you can't see. See, not another line. The thing about deception is, I told you, that you don't initially see it. But what I like about God is he can have people around you who love you, and they can see what you can't see, y'all. They can understand what you can't understand. They can perceive what you cannot perceive. And what they try to do is keep you from being deceived, so that you won't be hoodwinked, betrayed, hurt, die, lose your life early, destroy your marriage. They were just talking about on the news the other day about the banks that was paying back so much money because the plans and the financial schemes that they use caused many, many people to lose their homes, to lose their finances, to have to start all over again. And yet, when the people got the homes, I bet they were beautiful homes. And when they signed the documents, they thought it was good, it was legit, that it was going to be the best thing for them. And yet, somebody high at the top had devised schemes and plans and treachery and finances that would cause them to lose the very thing that they thought was their blessing. Because deception always is cloaked in something alluring. It's always cloaked in something that presents itself as being good, as light. That young man was handsome. He put on his best act to that young woman, and he cloaked his evilness. He cloaked his deception. He cloaked his true motives to get her and use her for his own personal gain and gratification, to abuse her, to misuse her, to take away the very innocence that her parents had coveted and protected in her own life. He cloaked it and he deceived her. Well, let me tell you something as I get ready to close out today on Not Another Lie. The truth is that all truth comes from Jesus. All truth comes from Jesus. I know. You know what? Jesus? You mean truth? All truth comes from Jesus. I know you don't want to hear it. See, the truth is, he is the only truth. What? Yes, I know. You don't want to hear that either, but I don't really care. Because I must tell you the truth. See, the young lady's parents told her the truth. They said to her, baby, this young man is not good for you. He's up to no good. There's something not right. And you know what she said? The same thing some of you will say when I say Jesus is the only truth. She said, Mama and Daddy, you don't know what you're talking about. I know the truth. And look at her fate. Look at what happened to her. Look at the damage that she could never, ever go back to what she was. See, once somebody take your virginity, you can't go get it back. Somebody gets you addicted on heroin and cocaine and crack cocaine, you can't just go back. Somebody begin to beat you and beat you and beat you into submission to make you think that you are nobody and to make you fear them. You can't just go back. See, it's treachery. It is evil. Jesus, y'all, is the only truth. He's the only way to know real truth. He's the only true light. He's the only real way. And if you're going to have truth, and if you're going to be free from deception in this wicked, evil world that is full of deception on every side, it's going to have to come through Jesus Christ. Yes, it's going to have to come through Jesus Christ. So if you don't know truth, I tell you today, you better know truth. You better ask Jesus to come into your life today. You better ask him to set you free from deception and free you that you might know the truth. Some of you are in demonic bondage. Some of you are in addictive behaviors. Some of you have all kinds of issues going on in your life today. Yeah, you've been deceived. But it's time to say not another lie. No more deception in my life. Well, it's time for me to conclude today with not another lie. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next week with some more truth for you. Listen, don't be deceived. Huh? You say I'm not. Really? Let me ask you to check yourself. Check yourself. Are family members and loved ones around you constantly telling you something and you're ignoring it? But you know, if you would really think back, that they really, really do love you and they will give everything they have for you. And they love you without any conditions. They don't want nothing from you. They just love you. And they keep telling you, they keep giving you little warnings. And you keep saying, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Get out of my business, blase, blase. Guess what? I guarantee you, if that is your case in any area of your life, you are in some type of deception. Listen to them. Heed them. Get out of it before it kills you or takes away something you can never get back or destroys something you can never truly get back. A marriage, your children, your mind, your finances, your future, your relationship with God. You better check yourself. Well, I'm out with Not Another Lie with Pastor Minor. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.